Well, we were talking before the show. You were telling us about getting from mobile to shop to now car collections. How does one go about finding these collections and setting that up?
Yeah, it's not easy.
Not easy.
It's
Doesn't seem.
really, just a lot of praying, and a lot of, it sounds cliche, but it's just always comes down to hard work. So when I started the
Mm-hmm.
detail company, um, it was a lot of mobile stuff, friends and family.
Hmm.
And my first goal, the first level I wanted to get to was just consistent work. Um, And well, let me take a step back. When I started the detail company, I didn't want to take away from other detail companies that were in the area,
Yeah.
and because it's so competitive. So I didn't want to be this guy on the side that was just taking cash for really cheap because I didn't have business insurance, workman's comp, or I didn't have a real business license. So I was like, if
Hmm.
I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it for real. And I'm not going to take away from the guys that already put in the hard work.
Hmm.
So I started it, and if I knew how to look at overhead and all that stuff now, I probably would have never kept going because I wasn't making enough money for any of to keep the lights on or to even buy products. But I just kept going. So that happened, and I reached the level of staying consistent with work. And then the next thing I wanted to do was be able to make enough money to save money. So
Hmm.
kept doing the mobile stuff, just dealerships, still friends and families, word of mouth, just working the street and doing like a lot of car show stuff, handing my cards out. One of the things that really helped me was early on, I did a Groupon. That's when, I don't know if you
Hmm.
guys remember that,
Yep.
the Groupon thing. I think
I
they're
never
still
understood
around.
it, but I do remember it.
It was a lot different, 10 years ago when you can
Hmm.
negotiate with them on the percentage and all that stuff. But I did that. I did on the mobile detailing side. They never had mobile detailing in the Midwest. It was always at the shop. And I remember they set the ad, and I'm watching it like, oh, you got this detail, you got this. And it was up to 200 details in 2 days. And I was like, yo,
Yeah.
we're going to have to slow this down because I'm a one man show. It's going to take me all year.
Hmm.
So they stopped it after those 2 years. But I noticed that when they book these jobs, I not only get the customer contact info, but I get to talk to the customer directly.
Hmm.
So then I wanted to make these customers clients. So I said, okay, I have these 200 people that want detailing done. They want the mobile stuff. So I'm going to give them the same offer and try to get them on maintenance programs. And when I got them, they one, they're paying the same, so it was great for them. Two, I didn't have to pay Groupon their percent. And three, I got to collect all this information of people who really want to keep their cars clean. Um, so then that's when I kind of like started making some money to provide for myself. And then I was like watching a lot of people on YouTube, and I was like seeing these high end detailers. I was like, wow, they're crushing it. Like how do I get to that level?
Hmm.
And one thing I found out is like um, their significant other had a really good job. So it made it easier on them to be able to
Yeah.
do those things, right? Or they didn't have kids. And I'm
Hmm.
like, all right,
Yeah, that's a big one.
if I'm going to prove that this could be a career where you can not just make a good living, but make a good retirement,
Hmm.
then I'm going to have to figure out a way to, up it up a little bit to that next level of, okay, if I'm going to make enough money where my wife's not going to have to work. I'm going to make enough money where my kids could go to a good school and they don't have to worry about, what are we going to eat tomorrow? So then I got to that point, and then I'm like, all right, what's next? The next thing was like hiring employees, but um, I didn't want to go down the route of hiring employees where you're paying them on the side. You're not giving them a W-2 and they got to worry about how to file taxes and all that
Hmm.
stuff. So I was like, all right,
Yep.
I want employees that one are going to get paid really good, so provide for them. Two, they're going to have health insurance, and three, they're going to have 401k so they know I'm investing in their future.
Hmm.
Um, so I got to there, and then the next level was how can I take a step back and this continues to run because all the clients are used to, Brad Mills doing the work and they're used
Hmm.
to me calling. Can I take this business model and have it run efficiently if I step back from it? And you have a manager, shout out to Brian. He holds it down for us.
Hmm.
Um, and then we got to there and now I'm like, okay, what's next? And I think I kind of at this point, like, you hear people talk about making enough money where it's not just about becoming rich. It's it's thinking about what your kids' futures, generational wealth and things like that. So that's what's keeping me fired up at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a
Definitely.
long-winded thing about how I got to where I'm at now, but it fires me up once I start talking, because people are always like, don't take it so personal, like don't worry about the competition down the street, don't take it personal. And I'm always like, well, it personally provides for me, personally provides for my family, personally
Hmm.
opens all these other doors. So okay, of course I'm going to take it personal.
Hmm.
There's that healthy thing of competition. Like I, I need to see you guys crushing it, because I gotta like, okay, I gotta crush it even more. I want you to do good, but I don't want you to beat me. So it's like that healthy competition as well, which I think is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, absolutely killing it over there. So, and then you roll in GloveBox with it. I mean, you got an empire
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah. The GloveBox was just to give back and show other people that it could happen. You can do this by washing cars. Like, this is possible.
Mm-hmm.
that this can happen. So that's really where that came back to. So when we say, you hear me all the time, like, and I put in capital sometimes to try to get the point across through social, but when I say
Yep.
for detailers, by detailers, like, I'm
Yep.
not playing.